Hello everyone, in this video I'll be showing you an Axe of Godrick build guide in Elden Ring. So this is a pretty fun weapon because it does a ton of damage. There's 2,000 with a charged attack, and it does about 1,000 per fast attack there. Now I'll be going over this leveling guide at level 150, but if you're a higher level, I'll show you where to put the stats, and if you're a lower level, I'll show you where to put them as well. So we do need to get 34 dex, or 34 strength, 22 dex to equip this weapon, and it does scale equally. It's a quality weapon, so you need to have both strength and dexterity to get the most out of this. At level 150, I have 50 vigor, 20 mind, 30 endurance. I went with 56 strength and 46 strength and 42 dexterity with the +5 from Millicent's prosthesis. And then I went with a 10 intelligence, 15 faith, and 16 arcane. This allows us to cast some incantations that are very beneficial for our overall damage. So with this build, we want to be going with Flame Grant Me Strength, as that's going to give us a big boost for our damage. I also went with the two-handed sword talisman and the axe talisman. This enhances charge attacks, which are really actually quite fast on this weapon, and they're very effective. I also went with the two-handed sword talisman because this does a ton of damage extra. This is from the DLC, so if you don't have the DLC, you can go with something like the green turtle talisman for increased recovery from stamina. Erdtree's Favor, any one of these are great as well, but you can also go with I guess even like the Shard of Alexander if you want to boost the damage of the weapon skill, but I think that it works best with something like this. You can also go with the Rod and Sword Insignia, although this doesn't attack as fast. So we want to be starting off with Flame Grant Me Strength. You can also lead with Swarm of Flies, and you can also wear the White Mask to get a 10% boost to your damage from that. But since this weapon has such a long reach, you definitely want to be using the charge attacks as much as possible. It has a really fun charge attack there, and with Flame Grant Me Strength, we're able to one-shot them with our just normal quick attack here, which is crazy, so 1,200 damage per pop there. But the charge attack here is where this really shines. It does 2,000 damage roughly there. And it has a pretty good reach to it, so that's what my favorite part about this is it swings in a huge circle here, and you have some pretty good hyper armor while using it, so you can take out enemies and then also get a posture break off like this. So that is another nice thing about this, is the posture damage on this weapon is quite large. But the best part is that large reaching sweep that you got, and the fact that it's a quality weapon, allowing you to also try out a bunch of other weapons in the game if you want to try something different. I went with like the Raptor's Black Feather for my chest armor to boost the overall damage of or jump attacks here, so same thing here. Raptor's Black Feathers, Gravebird armor, just from the DLC, so it is a little bit different, but overall this weapon is extremely powerful because it gives you a large reaching sweep with that charge attack, and it also, when it's two-handed, comes out pretty quickly with just the normal attack there. So we always want to be starting with our Flame Grant Me Strength. I command the kneel attack here is pretty good too, so you can press that twice and then a third time for a third attack. It's not the best against bosses. I'd honestly rather use something different for boss fights, but you can see here we can hit in a huge area and then just knock back from that. So the charge attack, if you're not able to take out the enemy, you're likely going to get a posture break off there. So even without the charge attack, going with a quick attack, it comes out pretty quickly there. And then you follow it up with another swinging, big, wide arcing attack here. So really nice because you can continue to chain this into that attack there. This weapon is a whole lot of fun to use, and it's the first remembrance weapon that you probably will end up getting, so that is another nice thing about it, is you can get it pretty early on. Although the stat requirements are quite large, it is still a very good weapon, so you can combo between the charged attack and the quicker attacks there. I find that that does a pretty good job of dealing a good amount of damage, so you can go with both of those there. But I'm just a big fan of this charge attack here because it hits in a huge area, and then you can get your critical hits off. So lots of ways you can use this weapon, but it is a very fun one to use. So I just want to show off this build guide here because the Axe of Godrick is not a bad weapon, and I feel like some people just underrate it because it's the first weapon that you'll get from a remembrance. So there it is, Axe of Godrick in Elden Ring. If you found this video useful, please hit the subscribe button below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.